All right, everybody, welcome. Yeah, I use everybody loosely because there's nobody, which is fine. Uh, I'm not complaining. It's Sunday, September 15th. Thank you for joining me. Today we are going to continue working on what we started yesterday, which is this modal window. I went ahead and started a Git repository and I pinned it to the chat. So if you want to take a look at that, you can. I also added our two example sites to the chat, Mattress Firm and Hourglass Cosmetics, because they both essentially have exactly what I'm trying to do here. I don't know how far I'm going to get today. I have a feeling this is only going to be for about an hour or so today because I have allergies. My allergies are on fire today and I'm just not feeling well. So what I would like to do is finish the styling, go ahead and deploy this to Heroku so we can get our deployment set up, and maybe start working on some of the JavaScript. Honestly, if I was feeling better, I think that I would totally be down for sitting here for 2 or 3 hours and finishing this. I just don't want to. So, but I want to do something. So I think that we'll be here today for about an hour, and then we will finish this next weekend on Saturday. That's the goal. So one thing I realized yesterday is that I was covering up something that I thought was kind of a big deal, which is that when we dismiss the hourglass modal window, there's a little chat down here on the far left corner, and I was covering that up. So I realized that yesterday. So I apologize for that. Although I think Mattress Firm also had a good example of this, where once you dismiss it, there is another button here. So I think that I want to make sure that we're doing that for our modal window. But for right now, let's go ahead and set up our deployment to Heroku. I didn't get signed into Heroku. Let me see here. Heroku login. Hang on one second here while I get myself signed in. Oh, sorry about this. I should have had this taken care of. Before I started. I didn't think of it. Okay. There we go. We are signed in. And I'm going to go ahead and create a new app. I'm going to call it Modal Window. Create app. I'm going to choose connect to GitHub. We'll search for our GitHub repository and click connect. And we want to deploy from the main branch. But before I do that, we have to do a couple things here to our HTML and CSS file. So we want to change the name of index.html to home. Next, we're going to create an index.php And we want to go ahead and include that. Oop. And we're including home.html. We'll save that. Next, we'll go ahead and commit this. So we'll say git status. I always check the status before I commit something. Git add, git commit. And we'll git push to the main branch. And we can go now to GitHub and confirm that that has been deployed. And it's been deployed right here. Now we can go back to Heroku. Where are you? Now we can deploy the main branch. And then I usually click into the build log. Build finished. Open app. Excellent. That's a weird random picture. There we go. So I'll go ahead and put this in the chat. And there we go. So now we have deployment. Heroku, if we go back to deploy, they have an option for enable automatic deployment. I don't know why, it just doesn't seem to work for me lately. I mean, like for the last few months, it hasn't really worked. It says it does, but it really isn't. So each time I push to main, I do find that I have to come over here and manually deploy, which is fine. I don't think it's that big of a deal. So, okay, we'll go ahead and tuck this away. And let's finish with our styling. So let's just go ahead and style the form. Let's style our button, our SVG, and our no thanks. And we'll see how far we get today. Let's also do a little bit of refactoring. I think we can kill the terminal. We don't need this. So yesterday, I did create Sass partials for the individual parts. So, but I was putting all of our modal styles into styles.css. So let's go ahead and get these into the partial. Oh, and we also need to do our Sass watch. So here we go. So here's our Sass watch. There we go. That is the whole point of using Sass, in my opinion. I mean, there's lots of great reasons. There's lots of great reasons to use Sass. One of the best reasons is being able to organize. Being able to organize your files. So there we go. Let's go ahead, and sometimes I look at things that I've been building. I pick up after I've been working on something and I'm like, everything needs to be done. Where do I start? Start at the top, work your way down to the bottom. It's the best approach and it's the best way to get started. I have a friend who uses the term analysis paralysis to describe most situations, and she's absolutely right. And this is one of these. This is one of those times. So just start at the top and start working your way down. Okay. So this little close button right here is our SVG. So let's just do, I'm going to do appearance none, which removes a lot of those default button styles. And then we usually have to say border none. And well, let's see if what else. It's probably Oh, you know what? Because I put it on close is the class name for the button. We could probably just go ahead and define one SVG. Okay, our SVG. No, we do want those styles on the button. So, no thanks and close. That is the button. So why didn't you like that? Appearance none, border none. Close is the button. Oh, I don't think I have live servers up and running. Modal window close. Hang on here. Do we not have? I know that Modal is running. What's our problem? Okay, I don't care about that. You know what? When in doubt. There we go. You know what? I don't think I changed the name from index to home. I think that's what was wrong. Yeah. Oh, and actually, this was the Heroku version. Got it. Okay. Here we are. So this is working now. So we've removed the appearance none and the border none from our button. Now let's just take out the background. Yeah, I'm actually not going to do too much more than that. I do want to make sure that our button is at least 48 by 48, which is what an accessible tap target is. So let's go ahead and make sure that this has a width of 48 pixels and a height of 48 pixels. Yeah, I'm actually not going to do much more than this at all, and I am going to give this, even though I know this is hotly debated, a cursor of pointer. So now we have a nice big tap target here. And I'm not going to do anything else to this button. Whoop. So now let's style our no thanks. And I'm going to do, honestly, many of the same things. In fact, I think that we can just take these and put them on the dismiss class. Yep. Maybe we don't need to do anything else here. Let's look. So this is not styled any particular way. And this doesn't even have a no thanks. So yeah, I don't think that I'll do anything different here. Just a no thanks, and it's got the cursor pointer. Yeah, it doesn't get much easier than that, and we don't need to do any styles for our SVG. So let's go ahead and work on our form. I don't think I've really done anything for our form so far. So I'm going to do form, modal form, and we're going to go ahead and nest it inside modal form. And we'll say input. I guess we could just do, no, we'll do, I mean, I gave everything a class of input. And we'll say width 100%. We'll give it a padding of, I'm going to say 1 rem for now, although that seems pretty generous. We might change that. Perfect. And then let's give it, let's see if we can give it a border that is a slightly darker yellow version. I think we can do border 1 pixel solid, darken, yellow, 0.25%. I don't know if I'm remembering that correctly. Yeah, I like it. Let's darken it like 75%, and then let's give it some margin on the bottom. Also 1 rem. Oh yeah, I like that. Let's turn this off. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and style our submit button. I'm going to do input type equals submit, and I think I'll do the same that I did here. And I'll say width 100%, I'm going to text align center. And then let's do, I am going to do a border of 1 pixel solid white. Actually 2. Let's do 2 pixels. So it's a little more noticeable. And let's give it some padding. I think it should probably be black, not white. And then let's add a transition. I want a transition of, well, I'm just going to say all. And we'll do 300 milliseconds. And I generally choose ease in out. And then we'll do a hover active focus. And we better also give this a background of transparent. And we'll say background color. And then we can change the, what do I want to change? I think I just want to change the background color. Let's try that to white. Let's change the border also. And I'll do this. Yeah, I like that. That works. Listen, I'm no designer. It is not my strong suit to design. Let's make this a little snugger. So we have a margin bottom of 1 rem. Let's do 0.5. And yeah, I like that a little better. So we have a no thanks button. We have a submit button. Oh, let's add some placeholder text. So for our text input, we'll say placeholder equals, what is this? First name. And then for our email, we'll say placeholder equals email. Perfect. Oh, let's capitalize email. I love it. Honestly, do I love it? Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this button. I think the button needs to be more call to action. Let's give it a background color of black. And let's make our text white. And then we're going to change our border. Our border is black. Our background color is black. Then we're going to change the border to yellow, give it a background color of white, and change the color to black. Let's see if this makes any sense. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, my eye is more drawn to this than it was to a black outline. So I'll take this. Although, let's do the hover instead of white as also the dark yellow. Well, I don't think my darken is actually working. How come you're not working? So let's ask, it's been a long time since I've done a darken with Sass. Let's ask ChatGPT why this isn't working. Is this the correct way to darken a Sass variable? Okay. So I was using, what was I doing? Oh, I was doing 0.75. That's why. Okay. So we just want to get rid of the 0.75. There you go. Okay, why do these inputs, I mean, is that what that color yellow looks like, darkened to 75%? Probably. Yeah, there we go. It's still a little dark. It looks pretty orange, doesn't it? Let's try 10%. I just want something that is slightly darker than the current yellow. Yeah, I love that. That looks perfect. Just the slightest bit of contrast. And I think having this black button is perfect. Okay, so let's fix up this text a little bit. So our text is in a class called description, and that is inside, also inside the modal form. Text align center. And I think that I'm going to make this paragraph text a little bigger. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I like that. That looks good. Let's see if we can improve some of these mobile styles a little bit. So if we're looking in our background, all of the text on the back of the page is scooting right up against those edges. And I know this isn't really about that, but I would like to make sure this looks nice everywhere. So I think it's really a matter of adding some padding to our inner wrap. So I think anything with a little bit of inner wrap can use some padding. Okay, so I'm not going to put padding on our global interwrap class, but I am going to put it on I'll just go ahead and put it on, well, it would be nice though if I could, couldn't it? I think I'm just going to do main interwrap add padding. So we'll do .main .interwrap. And we'll just say, I don't need any padding on the top or bottom. I just want a little on the left or right. Yeah, I like that. Now let's make sure when we're on mobile, our image. I was thinking, well, so let's look at Hourglass to see how they look on mobile. Okay, let's. There we go. That's what I wanted. So I think we'll go ahead and just take out the image when we're on mobile. So I think we can just display none this on mobile. Which means we definitely need to fix this up. So I like a breakpoint of 960 pixels. And where's our image? Right here. I mean, we can just display none this on mobile. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So let's give it a little margin. So maybe instead of, what I like to do is, we could just do a rem of margin on the left and right. And what I usually do is I just say calculate 100% minus 2 rem to account for the left and right. Why don't you like that? So modal form. Oh, that's why. So we actually need to put that up here on our modal window container. That's fine. We'll go back to 100%. And where's our container? I mean, I think we can just add some margin to this so we don't need a separate media query. Let's see. Yeah, but we'll still need to center it. Well, we're already centering it. So probably we just need to make sure that the maximum width is, you know, I'm just going to add a media query. Well, if we make the maximum width 90%, that does it. Perfect. And then let's reduce some of our padding. So I think the majority of my padding is, where are you? The padding is on the modal form. Well, do I want to reduce the padding though? Because I want to maintain this tap target. Where's my button? Right here. Yeah, I think this is fine. I'm good with this. And then let's go ahead and realign our no thanks button. So we're going to want to change the right from 25%, I think, to 50% on mobile. I mean, this is a very reasonable number of media queries in order to get this looking decent on mobile. Yeah, I like this. I think this looks really nice. And we have a decently smooth transition here. I mean, we could stack that image on top or on bottom, but I think the goal on mobile is to just get people signing up for the list. So I think this is okay. And yeah, we have a nice amount of room around this as well. So, well, I think this is about it for today. I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and commit these changes, get this deployed up to Heroku, and we're going to write our JavaScript next weekend. It's just, I wanted to try and do everything today, but it's just not working like that. And that's okay. That is okay. I'm still really happy with what we got done in one weekend. So finish the modal styles. Git push, origin main. And where is our Heroku? Let's go ahead and deploy. There we go. I love it. All right. Well, tune in again next Saturday and we'll go ahead and finish we'll write our event listeners for our cookie, and we'll also make sure that if you are clicking no thanks, or if you're clicking the X, that creates a little button or something that's persistent at the bottom of the screen. So if you're shopping and you change your mind and you want to save 10% or sign up for the email list, you can just click that to get the modal back up and do that. I think that's a great idea. And literally until yesterday, when we were actually talking about this, I never even noticed. Let's just look at it again because I think it is such a good idea. Yeah, I love that. So we're going to go ahead and do that next weekend on Saturday. We'll get this JavaScript wrapped up. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I stream every Saturday and Sunday on this channel. We practice HTML and CSS and JavaScript, and we're just practicing building UIs and creating functionality, things that we need to do for the stuff we work on as front-end developers. So thanks for joining me. Have a great day wherever you are and whatever you're doing, and I will see you next weekend. Bye-bye.